Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hello.
Peace.
How y'all doing tonight? This is the MiddlePage Podcast, powered by Blast Music 24/7. I'm Sharita C.W. Dela Cruz, and this is the crew, my folk. And we have our sunshine back in the house tonight.
Yay.
Look, everybody's like, yay.
Yay.
We got Martin. We got our Vice President at Blast Music 24/7, Troy in full effect, and our guest, Atal Alamin with Island Savvy Collections, and Atal Eats out of Lancaster, South Carolina. How you doing?
I don't think you could hear her.
Oh.
Can you hear?
No, I think that's what she was talking about. Can we hear her?
Okay, we heard her before. I don't know what happened.
Does she have headphones in? Do you have headphones in?
Do you have headphones? No? Okay.
Do you have headphones?
Leave the room and come back in. And it sometimes fixes itself. Oh, she can't even hear me. Okay.
Oh, my.
He's in Messenger, right? With you?
Yeah.
Reach out.
Yeah, about to.
But
yeah, go y'all go ahead and talk about Valentine's Day right quick during the technical difficulties. It's Valentine's Day. What we doing? Where we at?
I'm not talking about that.
All right, ladies first. Sunshine, what's up with Valentine's Day? Let's hear it.
You really want me to go first?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just, call me what you want, but I really don't get into the celebrations of Valentine's Day. Mm-hmm. That's not my thing. But I was included today. I wasn't expecting it, but I got a rose today at work, and then I got $50 on my Cash App. So I was like, hey, well, thank you, but I don't, celebrate this. But nah, you good, sis. I got you. You need to go on and take care of yourself, whatever. So appreciate you, but other than that, if you're in a relationship, I just feel like, yeah, I guess this is like a monumental moment or whatever, where you get to staple it to make it special, so it goes across like lines, meaning you're like in the number of the crew of people around the world. But I'm good with all of that. I don't make a big fuss.
Okay. Well, I'm married. This is my first Valentine's Day with my husband.
Congratulations.
Jose.
That's
Thanks.
what's up. Milestone.
We didn't get to. Thank you. We didn't get to spend it together. When he woke up today, he had his gifts, like a Christmas thing. And when I go home tonight after work, I'll have my gifts. So.
Okay.
But I mean, kind of like Sunshine said, to the effect of, if you're in a relationship, it should be every day.
Right.
So I mean, we kind of treat each other every day. Like he like mounts candy bars. He'll throw one in the freezer and be like, did you get your candy bar? Or
yeah, see, stuff like that. It's the little things that build up. The day-to-day, the little droplets. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what's important. You know what I'm saying? It's like even just the thought, because things is hard and rough right now. Like speaking and I don't mean this in no disrespect at all, but it's just about perspective, you know. And I may be taking a shot at our sisters, but it's true because you must know who you are with. You understand what I'm saying? You cannot expect 7-8 figure promises from someone who's not even making 6 figures. And when it comes to these holidays now, don't get me wrong, I really honestly truly feel your birthday, your born day, you know, your solar return, yes, that's where you should go all out. That's where, you know, the most should be done, because that's about a celebration of you. You know, yeah, it may be other people born on that day, but that day is about you. So yeah, going all out for that, yeah. But all this other stuff, nah. I'm good.
Okay. All right.
Uh-oh, we lost this again.
She's still having audio issues. Martin, what about you, my man?
I used to celebrate Valentine's Day before, I started discovering certain things and learning certain things. You know, people say it to me, I say it back. You know, I'll let them have their thing. But like Sharita and Sunshine said, it's the little things. You know, it's just not waiting till your special time. I ain't gonna lie, when my birthday comes, I get personal with mine because that's the only time I look for in the year. I love my birthday. I look forward to it. It's like I'm like a kid in the candy store. Whether if I have somebody to celebrate it with me, or I'm planning stuff for myself to celebrate it myself and find something for me to do. I remember one time for my birthday, I took a road trip all the way from when I used to live in Greenville back in the day. From Greenville, South Carolina, I went all the way up to Maryland. I went up there by Pennsylvania Avenue. I ended up in Dover, Delaware, to the casino, to the NASCAR racetrack. I did a whole road trip for 2 days for myself. So it's just like, so I like that. So me personally, I if I think it, I'm doing it. That's just how I am. But sometimes if I don't find nothing to do, I'm just chill. I'm like, okay, it's just my time for me. You know. Now, if you have a significant other, then if they feel like they want to do something special for you, then that's fine. It's beautiful. But I don't get into the holidays. Now I do, like when my daughters, they older now, they starting to understand certain things about Christmas and stuff like that, but they still look forward to stuff. So I don't buy them gifts. I just give them money because they too grown for me. They big, but unless that, I don't get into it. I don't even do Thanksgiving. That's a personal thing, and I stopped. My mom passed away in 2006. I had not celebrated Thanksgiving since. I will go and eat your food and then go home.
Oh, wow.
Right. Hey, I'm going to make a plate. See you later. Thank you.
Right. So, and like now, a week before Christmas, my brother passed away. So that's, it's really just taking me all out of the game for holidays all the way around now. So, but yeah, I've seen a lot of people posting on Facebook, happy Valentine's Day. Everybody at work, happy Valentine's Day. I turned the other way. I just walked the whole different direction. I just didn't, I'm good, So, but, different strokes for different folks.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, I was trying to communicate what I thought. We're just going to have to move on. We can have her on another time because time is ticking. We're 10 minutes in, and we still have to make sure that we get this information in and the blast music of the music artist of the week and all that good stuff. So the topic of conversation is immunity boosting foods. And what does that mean to y'all, immunity boosting? What does everyone think that means?
That gives you an edge to fight these all these cooties and whatnot that are out there in the world. So we need to give you an edge.
Keeping your immune system strong, not fighting off certain viruses, certain colds, eating the right foods that has immune boosters in it, where our body, sometimes our body gets overworked. We play, it gets overplayed, is we're not getting the proper rest that we needed. So we have to eat certain foods that rejuvenate us. And it's just like water. If we get thirsty and we tired, we drink water to replenish our body. So certain immunity foods that has immune boosters in it definitely helps keeping your immune system strengthened, strong, and to be able to fight off certain viruses.
Right. Hold on. Atal, can we hear you?
I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Good, and we can hear you. Yay. I was trying to say we got to keep it moving, but I'm glad you're with us because we want to know what you being the juice queen, you being the natural food expert on our panel, Sunshine, what is your opinion about immunity boosting foods before we get to the facts?
Martin went all in.
He did?
Yeah, he went all in. We was pretty much about to say this about the same, so we could go ahead to Atal. We got the expert in before we have any more technical difficulties.
I hear that. So yes, Atal, what is your opinion on what immunity boosting foods are?
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, we need all the immunity boosting foods. So of course, and what our immunity is our body to be able to fight off infections, diseases, illness, things like that. So of course, I'm sure we've all heard the old adage, let your food be your medicine, and let your medicine be your food. And so, of course, there are things that we partake of that aren't good for us, and things that we partake of or should be partaking of that are great for us to help to maintain our health, our strength, mobility, all of those wonderful things. I actually just had come back from the gym a little bit earlier and did a quick little video, juicing video on vitamin C. I did a great video on juicing vitamin C drink, and it was like grapefruits, oranges, lime. So all of your citrus fruits are excellent source of vitamin C. And the reason that we want to, of course, partake of vitamin C is because it is great in fighting off just about everything.
Right.
It is an immune booster. So again, strengthens your blood, allows your body to be able to fight off different attacks, things of that nature. High in antioxidants, high in being able to fight free radicals, which of course affects our skin, or the what our skin looks like, feels like, elasticity, whether you have the elasticity, the collagen, of course we can look older than we are if you're not aging well. And that has a lot to do, of course, with the things that we're putting into our bodies as well. So you want to definitely make sure you're having great intake of vitamin C. Proteins, very, very necessary for us, especially at these ages that we are moving into. We lose muscle as we get older. So definitely want to be able to have things that are going to be able to build our muscle and be able to help us to continue to be strong enough to be able to manage even weightlifting, different things like that. So I do stress a lot of high protein, and we have a belief that, if you're eating a lot of meat, things like that, that you're definitely going to get that protein. But we also have to realize as well that our bodies as humans are not designed to be able to take on all of that, to take on all of what animals digest and take into their bodies. So even us taking a piece of chicken or a couple of pieces of chicken or beef and things like that, it's not really necessary for us to be able to get our proteins. We can get the protein that we need from seeds, nuts, a lot of legumes, beans, things of that nature. So
I understand.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. So like, how much? I mean, of course, they have the daily recommendations, but Sunshine emphasizes all the time that it's based on per person or what your nutritional needs are, what your intake should be. Like, I know you've been vegan for a long time. What, and I know that you make sure that your levels are good and stuff like that. What amounts of anything should you be using to like make sure you have protein real quick? Because I just need to know that for myself, my personal self.
Oh gosh, honestly, I don't do a whole lot of measuring of things, but
because it takes a lot. Because I'm like, my red blood cell count is like, we talked about this the other day when we were talking on our own conversation. Like my red blood cell count is like, not the where it should be because I'm not getting enough protein because I don't eat meat like that. I literally probably eat meat 2 times a week, 2 or 3 times a week. And that's really because I'm trying to build more protein. So
even in talking about the protein and building your red blood cells, one of the things I was talking about in even in regards to having a good vitamin C intake is the fact that vitamin C helps our bodies to be able to absorb iron. It's actually one of the best things to be able for our bodies to be able to absorb the iron. So even like I said, if you're eating a ton of meat and things like that, your body might not necessarily be absorbing it. Even the same thing with your fruits and vegetables. If you're not eating the right combinations of things, then your body, you can still be taking it in, but your body's not able to absorb it. So vitamin C actually, once again, has the highest amount, the highest availability of allowing iron to absorb into our systems, thus, of course, increasing your red blood cells, red blood cells, and boosting that immunity.
Does anybody have any questions while we're right here with this, or have anything to add?
I have a question because I do take vitamin C every morning. And I take 2,000 IUs. What would you consider a recommended amount to take daily?
You said 200?
2,000.
Oh, okay. That's very good. Your body though cannot absorb. It can only absorb a certain amount at a time. So I know I was at one point I was taking like I think I was taking like some 2,000 unit as well with the vitamin C, but your body does not absorb all of that at one time. So you want to actually break that throughout the day.
Okay.
You want to break that up throughout the day so that your body has a better opportunity to be able to absorb that. So I'd say even if you are doing, let's say 2,000 units, maybe take maybe do 1,000, earlier in the morning, and then later in the afternoon, you do that next 1,000.
Okay.
But, yeah, because your body's not your body just literally can't absorb all of that at one time.
Gotcha. Thank you.
And
any other comments or questions before we
go on? I do. I have one. I know she was saying that, a lot of nuts and stuff and all of that great stuff to take. I know a lot of people well, I was told that like hemp seeds are very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
I think kind of like a year ago, I started taking hemp seeds, and starting to put in it like in my salad and stuff like that, to add more protein to it, because salads and greens are very, very good for you, and things like that. I actually watched the Tom Brady video. My brother-in-law sent it to me, and he was making a morning smoothie, and he used hemp seeds and china nuts, something like that. I think that's what it was. So
yeah, hemp seeds are absolutely wonderful. Hemp seeds are absolutely wonderful, and more often than not, your seeds actually are the better ones to be able to get that the protein from as well. Pumpkin seeds, like you said, hemp seeds, sunflower seeds. Those are very, very power packed little bunches of goodness. And you want to partake of them preferably raw. Do away with the roasting and all of that. And I also let people know it's best to soak your seeds as well. Soak your seeds and nuts and things like that before you're actually eating them, because again, that helps your body. Your body's better able to digest that.
Okay.
And one quick thing too as well, we were talking about the protein. So one item that people tend to use as a grain or use in substitute for grain is quinoa. That is actually pure protein.
That's one thing Sunshine be talking about.
Yeah, quinoa is a beast of a food. Pure protein. It is actually a pure protein, full of your amino acids as well, which of course our body also needs. And it's not something that you're typically going to get from all the things that you're eating. So again, the seeds, things, and specifically quinoa is absolutely awesome for that, to be able to get those amino acids. Sea moss.
So to step right into, to keep with the protein and then step right into the immunity boosting foods. Chicken, it says chicken and turkey are complete proteins. Can you briefly explain to us what that means as far as what a complete protein is versus peanut butter, which is not necessarily a complete protein?
Well, so what's the best way to explain it? The best I can explain that is, they are complete proteins because you're not breaking them down. So, for instance, let's say peanut butter, you're typically doing like roasting and things like that to be able.
And you're breaking it down.
Yeah.
In the process of cooking it or roasting.
Yeah. So oftentimes, like when you're cooking, well, definitely when you're cooking any foods, that's tending to devitalize it of its nature. So where it comes down to the meats, we want to cook those things. You need to cook those things. You have some you can get pretty radical with it, and honestly we'll just go hard with the raw meat. I wouldn't say that, but that's a whole other story. But anyway, like I said, our bodies are able to actually handle the seeds and things like that. Especially if you're talking about meats, and to be able to get that protein out of it that you really want, you probably want to partake of that raw, but that's not a good idea. And again, our bodies doesn't require what the animals produce in order to build up their bodies. Like for instance, even let's say cow, they say cows an excellent source of protein, iron, all of that. But then you also have to think cows are what? huge animals, you know.
Right.
They're what, 500 plus pounds, however many, and the things that they produce in their bodies are developed in order to feed and grow 500-pound creatures.
True.
We're not looking to be 500 pounds, so why would you
Gotcha.
why would you need to partake of that? Thus,
Right.
the milk, which that has its own whole other set of issues, and all of those things. Our bodies just don't require those numbers, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. So to go into a couple of immunity boosting foods, and you can describe, I'm gonna like name the food and describe the benefit of it, and you can give us more insight, and then at the half-hour mark we will go into our blast music artist of the week. Garlic, of course we know that garlic is the one of the queens of immunity boosting. It says it's good for skin infections and fights bacteria. And ginger, we can just go ahead and tie ginger and garlic in together, because ginger will be anti-inflammatory and have antioxidant properties,
Right,
as well.
Yeah, so most of your spices, so we kind of want to lump those together. Your spices, onions, garlic, ginger, turmeric root,
Oregano,
basil, thyme, especially, and oregano as well. I mean, oh my God, they're powerful antioxidants, antibacterial properties, even antiviral properties. Oh man, I use ginger in
everything.
I put that thing on everything.
Right.
I do. I really do.
Like Frank's hot sauce.
Right.
I put ginger in my cabbage and my collards.
Yeah.
I put in everything, because then you get those little chunks in the food, and you just
Yeah. So think spicy. Think spicy. All of those foods that provide you with that spice, that little kick, those are all very, very good for, again, building the immunity, building up your immune system, being able to, like I said, kill off all types of things. Oregano, powerful. That's why you even have like a whole lot of mixes, like you know, your syrups, your tinctures and things like that. Will typically have like your oregano, again, thyme, ginger, pepper.
And I think cilantro and celery run into that too, right?
Cilantro is really good.
Cilantro is wonderful.
Because it has like I think cilantro has like a peppery taste to it.
So like all of a lot of those peppery or spicy foods as well, they contain capsicum, which is, again, that's like creating that heat in your body. So think about just even when you're looking to cleanse stuff, sterilize stuff, what are we doing? We're boiling them, right? We're getting them to a certain temperature. So it's the same type of effect that those different foods that we just spoke on have on your body. It's able to kind of raise the temperature, also raise it from a cellular level, so your body is better able to flush out and fight off a lot of, like you said, illnesses, diseases, and things like that, because of that heat that it's creating and generating in your body. And also allowing the cells to be able to have healthy cells regenerate and things of that nature.
Gotcha. Well, real quick, we're going to slip to Veep so he can let us know what's going on with the Blast Music Artist of the Week.
Yes, indeed. This is one young lady who has blown us away when she got interviewed with us probably about 2 months ago. Her name is LaDawn the Chameleon, and this is called Welcome to My Party.
Lucky, turn me up. LaDawn the Chameleon. Welcome to my party. Party. Welcome to my 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 party. Welcome, Nella. Take 2, 3 shots from the bar if you're single. 2, 3 shots. We bout to party like no other. No other. If you a dancer, baby, move your body. If it's your birthday, take a shot of some clear. You can't be shy, we about to turn up in here. Tonight don't owe me nothing but a good time. Don't mind me, I'm feeling so good. I'm just catching the vibes. I'm just catching the vibes, the vibes, the vibes. Welcome to my party. Welcome to my party. Oh, well on the hips like oh, well on my body oh, I move my body to the side. You like it? Oh my God. Oh, well on the hips like oh, well on my body oh, I move my body to the side. You like it? Oh my God. Welcome to my party. LaDawn the Chameleon.
That is Memphis's own LaDawn the Chameleon, and welcome to my party. And if you are an independent artist or even up-and-coming comedian or spoken word poet that would like some exposure, you can go to blastmusic247.com and register as an artist for free. That's blastmusic247.com, changing the industry one artist at a time. There you go.
Well, that's a real different sound from Memphis, but it's solid.
Yeah, I like her. I like her stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
It's actually her own flavor. Her own flavor. She loves Memphis. She represents it, but she's got her own flavor for sure.
Right.
Yeah, she in her own lane.
Right.
I remember that interview.
Yep.
Are there any other places that you can find her, like YouTube or?
If I'm correct, she's actually on all of the streaming platforms, as well as Blast Music. So you can find all of her music everywhere.
Gotcha.
Check her out.
Well, back to us here at MiddlePage Podcast. We have Atal Alamin on, and we're talking about immunity boosting foods. We were in the middle of the list of foods that help our immune system fight off diseases and infections. What do you think about yogurt and probiotics?
Yogurt is good. Yogurt is good. You definitely want to utilize things that are good for gut health. They say that most of our illnesses tend to start actually in the gut, and we don't by far, we don't pay enough attention to our gut health. I know another sister was just posting the other day, you know, just talking about issues that she realized that she was having, you know, when she was having problems just going to the bathroom, you know, and you'll find a lot of things out when you're having those type of problems. But you definitely want to have good gut health, because of course that's where your food is going to digest. And of course, if you have a lot of buildup in your system, if you have a lot of just heavy toxic load in your system, then obviously that's going to be a breeding ground for illnesses, for infections, things like that. So you definitely want to have healthy flora in your gut. And so that's why it's important as well. Definitely you want to have the probiotics. And again, you can get it dairy free. You can get the probiotics and those enzymes that you need dairy with as well. So there are different brands you can look into if you like yogurt. And you can also get, of course, probiotics without getting it in yogurt. You know, you can get them in capsule forms, liquid forms as well.
I didn't know that. Only I've seen Activia. That's something that a lot of people buy. But I really I like kombucha to get probiotics, because I really try to kind of avoid the dairy, because me and dairy is not friends.
Fermented foods. That's the key. It's the fermented. So it can be kombucha. I have several blends that I've seen that I like. I can't remember the brand.
You know the one, I know what you're talking about, the one with the glass.
Huh?
The one with the glass bottle. And it comes in flavors.
This is actually a sauerkraut. It's fermented. It's a fermented red cabbage and carrots, fermented red cabbage, carrots, and beets. Like I said, I can't remember the brand of it, but it's a sauerkraut. So really good flavor. I like to put it on, put it on all kinds of things. But that definitely provides, again, your live availability. So again, you're getting definitely the nutrients that you're needing from the food, aside from the probiotics of it all. But you're actually getting the nutrients because it's not cooked, it's not heated, and it's not devitalizing the food. And then of course it's fermented, so you are getting all of those strains that you need to keep the healthy gut flora. So you want things that are, of course, helping you to go to the bathroom with ease. With ease.
Right. Is that
cleanse out
when you get our age, foods just have a tendency to do things that they never did to us.
It's more so body that's doing it. Your body.
Our body is the body's rejecting.
Yeah.
Because after years and years and years and years of eating the same thing, it's just like, no, I can't take it anymore. Don't give it to me.
Right.
Especially let's talk about everyone's number one culprit, dairy. I love ice cream. I love Nutty Buddies, guys. Every single time, man. It's like, I don't know why I punish myself. I punish myself as if it's going to be different. Good old ice cream sandwich, as if it's going to be different. It's never different, y'all.
Never different.
See, Mark, you're talking in language, bro.
I know, right? I'm over here looking at my chops now.
It's never different. I thought you loved me.
I found out with my first pregnancy, like dairy was the devil. And it's amazing because, if you're not really paying attention, like I literally could eat anything else. But if in the morning I had cereal, that would sit on me all day long. I would have like that nausea, aggy feeling all day. I'll eat. I'll have something in between there. But when it would finally come back, only thing that would come back would be the cereal that I ate with the milk early that morning. Nothing else that I ate after that. You talk about some weird trying to figure out what's wrong with me type deal.
Yeah.
and then, you know, the gap in age difference. Then when I had Elisha, same thing. The same thing happened again. It took for a sister who was a nurse working with me at the hospital. She pulled me aside and she said, if you have to, because I understand, you know, working at the hospital is early, you got to eat. She know I don't eat early in the morning. So when I get pregnant, now I'm sacrificing what I don't do, you know, because you got to make sure that you eat. And she said, try skim milk, you know, so for that portion, it came to be that it's the fat, it's the milk fat. But then when I had Sham, I couldn't even do the skim milk. Like, I mean, literally, if I wanted hot chocolate, like, and you know, that's just powder, water, but it got milk byproducts in it, I would get sick off of that. So we just done up from that. It's either almond milk, oat milk, you know, hemp milk, you know, rice milk. Like, I'm off it. Like, I'm over it. But yeah, I do have my weakness points where I'll be like, dang, that ice cream look good.
And then you know what?
But you just gotta find the stores that got the plant-based good stuff. Everywhere doesn't have it.
So nasty though.
No, but not all of them are.
I need you to tell me what you're eating.
I could find, because Khadijah put me on, I think you know, what's the oat milk, the oat brand stuff that begins with the CH. Yeah.
Everybody said
how, but
yeah. But that they have a plant-based like eggnog. So I got turned on. I got turned on to that because I said, now that's one thing that was like a holiday thing that I like.
I love
the eggnog. Now I done messed around because I couldn't find it. It had some what you call it, the Turkey Hill eggnog ice cream.
Say what?
But yeah, and I mixed it with the Douce. Because nobody wanted Southern Comfort, you know what I'm saying? So we had that. And then after doing that, I find the daggone plant-based eggnog. Oh, you talk about somebody's stomach. Talk back to them later. But it wasn't as bad. I think the Douce cut it some.
It had to have. Jose would be like, you know, he worked third. So when I get home, last week, truth, transparency, guys. This is for the middle-aged people who be trying to do the dairy, don't do it. So like I had the 12 or 8 count box of Nutty Buddies, the drumstick brand drumstick. Girl, you know they got the caramel, they got the fudge, they got the regular one.
How many did you eat?
You know, 2.
I thought you was about to say 4. Girl, you ate 2, you fine.
When I get my cravings, I really like kind of get them. So I demolished the box in a week, but I had like two.
At least
you
didn't demolish the box in a night.
Man, that box would have been gone before I even.
That's what I'm saying. Like the way she was setting it up was like she's.
But no, this is the problem. This is the problem.
Look, you only had 2. You only had 2.
I'm conscientious of my sugar. But let me tell you what happened. He had to come home from work the next morning.
Oh.
And so see, yeah, that part. And so the booger monster gets you when you're sleeping and stuff. And so he was like, "Yo, get out the bed."
Oh snap!
Get out the bed.
Oh, you was lighting him up.
Poor guy.
Middle-aged people don't drink or eat dairy if you're not supposed to.
Make sure you drink a lot of water behind it if you must.
I did, but
So you can-
I'm void of gallbladder too, so it's already trouble.
It's
Oh.
instant.
Yeah.
It's instant.
And lime.
Yes.
Lime and
Get you some
lemon.
alkaline water.
Yep.
It'll settle them bubble guts for you.
Shouts out to Live Alkaline Water. They will deliver to you all across the East Coast.
That's
Shouts out to brothers,
I'm telling you, you
Terrence
sip
and
it,
Brad.
make your body shake when it go through there. Like, whew. What's that commercial when they talk about the York peppermint patty? Remember the old school commercial?
Feel the sensation.
Yes, that's how you feel when you drink some of that alkaline water. You be like, ooh,
tell you.
wee.
So clean.
You can get it down there. You can get it down there, y'all.
Fresh pressed juices. I'm just saying. You do your fresh
Listen,
juices. All of that stuff is going straight into your bloodstream. No digestion required. So that also gives your body a rest, much needed rest.
You know what is so funny that you say that? Because people laugh at me when I would. My
hey
son,
Tanya, how are you? Listening.
my sons gave me the run for my money. I used to be like, I'm tired of chewing. I don't want to chew anymore.
Right.
I'm like, no more masticating. I'm done. Like literally, my jaws can't take it. And it was funny because my doctor was like, you are like one of the few people that get it, but it's just in a different way that it came to you. But exactly what you said, like your body needs a chance to rest. It's just that it took for me to get pregnant to figure that out.
Right.
Listen, she's in the process of helping me get a juicer.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna think.
Oh, I got one.
I'm just being funny, guys, because I like to be funny and hilarious. But y'all gonna be like, Sharita, where's Sharita at?
Yeah.
I can't even recognize her. She didn't slim down. Like sometimes I just don't even want to chew. I don't want to chew to eat.
Right.
If I get into juicing,
I'll be tired.
Lord have mercy.
And it's funny, not pregnant now, but I get them days. I'll be like, man, look, I just can't. And those would be the days that I really would just like do like smoothies, but I really got to get back on because what I was doing was the organic coconut milk with the hemp protein.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing that, but it was the brand. I also had a cold mill press flaxseed too. Mm-hmm. So I would mix them together with the organic coconut milk, and it was good. I mean, it was so good that I even got the kids to eat it. All I would do is throw a little half of an organic banana in there, and because they
I do moringa.
I could never have nothing to myself.
Right.
Because if mama like it, the babies love it.
Right. Exactly.
I'll be like, can I just have this to myself? No, but mind you, the look does not look good though.
Right.
Because if you know what hemp protein looks like, it's like that that military green, like that camo green, like that's what it looked like. And then when you mix it, the coconut milk really doesn't take on anything, so it looks like brownish green.
Yeah,
like
And they're like, "Oh, mama, I want some."
When I go to work, they'd be like, "Oh, what is you drinking?" Minding my business. That's what I'm drinking.
Right, straight like that. Straight like that. I like moringa powder. When I do the moringa powder, it does that too. At the same type of thing.
Yes, it does. It definitely does the same thing. That's what I was trying to think about, but I couldn't remember.
I love moringa powder. That's packed full of nutrients.
Oh my God, yeah.
Thank God for this day and age.
Superfood for real. That, like you had said before, the sea moss. Mm-hmm. If people just start with little things, because again, like with anything, you got to do in moderation. So even with the juicing, you got to know which ones work for you, even though they're set recipes. You might not be able to do every recipe.
Your body might not be able to take
it. Your body might reject it, or you might need to subtract one thing
because it is raw. Because it is raw.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Like I know I'm about to get on it, but the first thing I'm gonna do is the celery juice. I'm gonna just do that first, because before, when I would do my smoothies, like regular fruit smoothies, I would put like at least a celery stalk in there for the water. You know, it's water. It helps you absorb it faster and stuff like that, and it also burns hella fast too.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's do a detox and a reset. So about maybe 2 weeks of the celery juice and see where that takes me. If I can handle it.
That would your skin too. Ooh. Clear up that skin real nice. Oh, get you just all shiny and beautiful.
Absolutely. Do you see Ital's complexion from her little head to her chin? Like, that's what I mean about what the benefits.
No, when you see Ital in person, you're gonna be looking at her like this.
You just keep staring at her.
I'm gonna be so honest. Like, the reason why I'm saying is because I did it. Like, we went out for
keep cutting your eye.
We was at the house. I was just sitting there looking at her like, wow. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then when we went out, you know, just watching her move, you know what I'm saying? And then even coming back after, you know, while some of us kind of was inebriated, myself, like passing out. Because, you know, I ain't
as some of us raided the refrigerator.
Yeah, like I ain't that much of a spring chicken no more, you know, so in and out of my, you know, she's still over there, like she
shining like, at 2 a.m.
Ding, you know what I'm saying? Like Eddie Kane, you know, he still got it.
That's right.
I know, getting out like that.
No, seriously though, but those are the benefits. Those are the benefits, and so, like, you know, I mean, not of course her skin regimen or whatever, but just from the inside out, how she eats is a perfect example. That's why I wanted to come on here and tell us some stuff real quick, guys. What is Tanya saying? I can't see.
What might you suggest as a starting point for a transition into healthier eating?
Oh, Ital, that is for you.
Transition point to healthier eating. I would say I don't know what your eating habits are like now. Are you like heavy on sugar or meats, dairy? You know what? Let's just keep it real simple.
Stop with the sugar.
Girl. Listen.
That's the first thing right there.
High fructose corn syrup first and foremost.
Yep.
Definitely read labels,
because people don't even know that stuff is in the bread that they eat.
Reading labels is that's your first start. That's your first start to even being able to know what's in your foods.
She said yes.
She said yes. All of the bad stuff.
Got you. So yeah, first things first. Make sure you're reading labels. Know what you want to start letting go of. And like she said, definitely sugar is one of the first things, if not the first thing, that you want to start cutting down on to eventually push out so that you're not having like added sugars and things like that. But labels, that is huge because sugar is in everything.
Corn.
You don't need no extra
milk.
Sugar. Just take the natural, what's already in it.
Yeah.
You know, people always put extra and then did the sodium. Oh my gosh, my coworker. She's the family advocate at the school, and what is those? It's not like the ramen noodles, but they come in the tray. Still same concept.
She don't even understand.
No, wait a minute.
I'm saying she don't understand.
No, wait. No, I did not. Because this particular one that she was eating, I lost my mind. I looked at her. I said, "Oh my God, are you eating this whole thing
every day? You have one."
Don't understand like the way you break it down. Like before, remember how the labels used to just be one label, but now you see they got two columns because people weren't paying attention.
Serving and container.
Serving and then this container, so it's letting you know this is what you get per serving. But if you eat the whole damn thing, this is what you're getting. She was getting 1,600 plus milligrams of sodium off of one of those things.
Girl,
I said, no wonder why you have such a headache.
That girl at work
complains about a headache all the time. I'm like, bro, if you keep eating this mess,
you gonna have a
your heart
stroke.
going bust right out your chest.
Yeah.
Listen, this girl at my job, she eats a pack of ramen, the cup of noodles.
Yeah.
And she eats 2 burritos.
Oh Lord.
What I'm saying is the sodium content. Yeah, I read labels. I have to.
Yeah.
2 burritos. The serving size is 1 burrito, guys. Those El Monterey burritos.
Mm-hmm.
What did she say? Awesome. Thank you for the sugar of the demon. Yep, it is certainly a demon.
Oh, but there's more. Don't go nowhere.
There's more. There's more, Tanya. We getting got it off. Let's help Tanya, guys. She's asking.
So yeah, definitely, like I said, reading of the labels. Also, your best bet too. And again, everybody got to start wherever they are. But you want to work your way off of processed foods. Period. They call them processed foods, but they're not really foods. Like you're even talking about the ramen noodles, all of those stuff have to be whatever they do to preserve them. You know what I'm saying? So you got stuff that's not even in its natural state. You gotta boil it. You gotta do this, that, and the other thing to just make it soft, and all of the none of that stuff is good for you. Ain't none of it good for you. If it comes in a package, in a box, in a whatever, it ain't good for you.
Styrofoam cups.
Put styrofoam cups. It is no good for you. You want to be eating.
It says pop in the microwave for X amount of time. It's for damn sure not good.
You get in the microwave waves, radiation. You get the BPA in the cup.
Right.
Exactly. Plus the sodium.
Yeah. You want to eat
and the gluten.
Possible, plain and simple. Your foods that you can pick off a tree, that you can pull up from the ground. All of those things. You want to be very, 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 very minimal with things that come in packages, plain and simple.
Actually, yeah, absolutely. And just preparing the food from scratch. That's kind of instead of getting the SpaghettiOs in the can, just go ahead and get some noodles and some tomato sauce and do your own thing.
Exactly.
Make your own pizza.
Make your
own. Fast food is a demon. If you can actually stop fast food, I want a Filet-O-Fish so freaking bad, right? But I want
sugar gonna go. Pew.
Listen, I told you the story about the Filet-O-Fish, right?
Yeah,
I told you the story about.
Stays away from fast foods.
Yeah, I stopped. I stopped this year. Because I told Sarita and Troy, the panel, when we first started, that I've been on the Mediterranean diet because of the spices that comes with it.
Yes.
So and it's very beneficial. So I eat a lot of fish. I try to get all of my fish from the Whole Food store. So and chicken. I try not to eat as much chicken. I try to balance everything out. I don't eat pork. I don't do beef that much. Probably once or twice a month. But I kind of stay with a lot of nuts and grains and fruits. All the stuff that you have talked about, from ginger, turmeric, lemon, is all in my refrigerator right now.
Okay, real quick. We got 2 more minutes. Hold on, real quick. Broccoli, sweet potatoes, bell peppers, almonds, spinach, kiwis, papayas, blueberries. Like Martin said earlier, dark green leafy vegetables, carrots.
I would like to say spinach raw, not cooked, because the moment that you cook it, you have to eat it all. If you attempt to reheat it, you done created a toxin that gets produced in your body.
And tomatoes do the same thing after being cut for a while, and onions.
Right.
Yes.
Right. That is true.
You ever have an onion that you cut and put in the refrigerator and have it with a salad tomorrow, and then you on the toilet next night?
I don't want to keep it open with other foods and stuff.
Yeah, some places it's just the way that they handle their vegetables that they add to it. If it's a certain way you're supposed to cut the onion in order to preserve it, to put it in the refrigerator. Not everybody knows that. They just want to do it for presentation, not knowing they messing everybody's gut up.
Right.
Shoot, I've been eating it all wrong.
Well, I, from learning how to cook from my mom and some of my culinary background, I learned how to preserve food. I learned how to cut food a certain way. Even now, I'm like, if I'm like rushing to cut and if I do something wrong in the kitchen by cutting or do something, I'll be looking at the food. I'll be like, I'm not going. I discard it and get it and just like recut it over just to make sure I'm doing it right. So I'm very particular in the kitchen. When I got it from my mom.
I'm so glad I am not the only one.
I'm like, I get it from my mom. Like, I don't like nobody in my kitchen when I'm cooking. I have to have my space.
Right.
I can't stand a dirty refrigerator.
You better know how to look. You better know how to dance if you're gonna be in this kitchen with me. So when I move, you better not be in my way.
Exactly. I mean, you could be on the other side of the counter watching my tutorial while I explain it to you when you ask tutorial. But don't come around that counter because that's my sacred space.
Because you come around here, you're gonna be limping back.
I'm telling you, I'm like, like when I say I'm a like really food fanatic when it comes to like being in that kitchen, it's like,
oh yeah.
My sister called. One time she literally came to my house. She was like. She went in my cabinet. She said, "You got all of these seasoned spices in there." She's like, "I said, well, you don't have to go to the supermarket. You could just come here. I got you." So
did he tell y'all that he's a chef?
Mm-hmm.
I don't be trying to out nobody.
I remember. I ain't forget.
Yeah, Sarita, thanks.
Culinary background.
Yeah. I gave a little bit of it.
He tried to just put it on Mama. Mama started it, but he went and made sure that he perfected it.
He went to school.
That's what I'm saying. He went and made sure he perfected it. Well, he went to school 2 different times.
2 different times?
Yeah, he got the homeschool. He got it from Mama.
I like that, Sunshine. I like that.
I went to school 2 different times.
That's right.
He gonna start using that. What?
I know, right? They're gonna be like, "What you mean?" I'm like, it's gonna take me too long to break it down to you, but
because we all know the best, we all know the best chemist, the best chef, the best mixologist. It is our mother or who the person is that did all the cooking to make sure that we had, all the nutrients that we needed growing up. So if you was in the kitchen, elbow to elbow, hip to hip, you know what I'm saying, you was getting it.
Right.
You better preach that. I'm telling you, that's the truth right there.
It definitely is.
Check it out. It's little past the top of the hour, and we're going to wrap up this session of immunity boosting foods. We'll end up with Atal having the last word. Does anybody else want to give our MiddlePage podcast audience a little insight into your thoughts on immunity boosting foods as to what we've learned tonight or what you already know?
Well, I was going to ask Atal, a lot of people, because this is like one of my pet peeves, and I don't know if my brother hear me talking, but
shout out the brother.
Yeah, right. But like Martin was saying about is a certain way to cut and things, but you have to properly store your food. Like, I don't care what's left over. Don't you dare throw it in a container without covering it, without sealing it, and just throwing it in the refrigerator.
Right.
Because now if you done did that with the onion, everything in the refrigerator smells like that. It's absorbed, and then the onion doesn't even do or taste the way it needs to taste for your next dish.
Right.
So
and it don't matter if you got baking soda.
Exactly. So when it comes down to like the top foods, like your ginger and like your fruits, when you're breaking everything down, like not everybody knows how to juice, and because even with juicing, you have a certain amount of hours before you have to drink everything.
So it's gonna turn to sugar.
Yeah, exactly. So is the storage process the same? For those who might want to prep ahead of time and have everything sliced up, is the shelf life after doing that the same as with the juices?
Great question.
Are you saying is there a certain shelf life on juices or
no? Like once you prepare your vegetables or your fruits for like your smoothies or to juice them,
Okay.
you know, some people like to freeze their stuff after they, you know, broke them down. Or they like to break them down and just leave them in the refrigerator. If they're not going to freeze them after, you know, breaking everything down, what is the shelf life, you know, refrigeration shelf life?
For juices?
Yeah, for either for juices, certain kind of juices, or even the fruit themselves after they've broken them down.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you're saying. I mean, like, I can't tell you the shelf life of everything. But what I can tell you, is definitely where it comes to juicing, yeah, you definitely want to drink those ASAP. You want to drink it ASAP. And this is probably for a whole other conversation, but I know I've told, in my videos, I've talked about like the different types of juicers to utilize and why. So, for instance, just to be quick on it, when you're going into juicing, you want to look into like a cold press juicer, specifically a cold press juicer. And the difference between a cold press juicer and what you typically see in the stores, which are centrifugal force juicers, is the way that they're breaking down. So the typical juices that you see in the store, in most of your stores, Walmart and things like that, are centrifugal force juicers. They have the blade that spins and it just basically cuts up your food. But what happens is that because it generates heat, that already is breaking down the nutrient level of the juices that you're getting, and it makes it more prone to oxidation. And so, like you said, like when you're putting it in food, and it's just literally air getting into it and turning it rancid, or just depleting the shelf life of it. So, like when you're juicing, you wanna get used to start utilizing a slow press juicer, and then when you are storing it, you want to pour it into a glass container, and you want to fill it all the way to the top. You don't want to leave any air in there. So fill it all the way to the top and then seal it, and then you can actually store it in the freezer. You want to store it in the freezer for, you know, until it just gets, you know, to whatever that temperature is. You can store it in the freezer. So I usually store it for like probably about an hour, you know, in the freezer, and then put it in the fridge. But then once you open it, you got to drink that immediately. You got to drink it immediately. Typically, when you're utilizing a slow press juicer, blah, 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 and you're storing it, you're filling it up the way you need to and storing it properly, that can last up to about 72 hours. That can last up to 72 hours. Okay. You're still gonna have some, you know, obviously some depletion of nutrients, but it's still something that you can drink. Same things with your foods, your fruits, your vegetables, things like that. You definitely want to cover them up properly. And the main thing is, in order to keep them from going bad so quickly, you want to make sure that you're not letting air hit them. That's the process of the oxidation. That's what has things go bad quickly, is when you're letting the air hit it. So of course your Ziploc bags, I usually get these mesh bags that I can store my produce in and things like that. So that way, you know, it won't wilt away so quickly. Still got to use them, but it won't wilt away so quickly, and it won't get soggy and mushy.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right. And let's see. Veep, do you have any comments to take us out of here?
Hey, shoot, it's been a while since I've done juicing, and the one thing that I disliked about juicing was just the prep work. The before and after.
That part.
that's just me. I wanted instant, and that's where I just got spoiled with those instant things, and I already know the negativity of that. But one of the things I enjoyed most was like where I do like a Granny Smith apple, kale, baby leaf spinach with a little slice of ginger. And that was good. But the Granny Smith is what hid everything. My kids like it because of that.
The Granny Smith will help, but let me tell you what's going to happen with just about everything: lime or lemon.
Okay.
Lime or lemon will amp your joint up like with the quickness and be able to cut a lot of those, if you will, those harder flavors.
Well, you know, lime is always good in a drink too. So you know, so you know, it got to do wonders in the juicer.
Health is wonderful for you. It's a great outlet for the body.
Yeah,
because isn't it more vitamin C in the lime than it is in the actual lemon anyway?
I think so. And they're so nasty to me.
And the key limes actually are
the key limes.
You told me about the key lime, Sunshine.
Sure did.
So I learned the hard way of, you know, underestimating ginger, because I put a piece about this big. Man, my whole chest warmed up like I drank some night.
Oh boy.
Ooh. You was hot.
Shout out.
You was
Troy,
hot.
Troy, you gotta take it slow, man. Take it slow.
Yeah.
He was walking around like this, sitting around.
He wanted to be He wanted to be immunity boosted.
Were you sweating? Was your forehead and head sweating too?
I didn't know nothing about ginger, but I found out.
He was trying to go Super Saiyan.
Right.
You gonna learn today.
I have a serum ginger.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's cool. I was just saying I had a serious respect for ginger. But that was basically it. So I'll eventually get back there. And thank you for explaining the different type of juices, because my first one was a Jack LaLanne before he passed away.
Yeah. Now,
Wow.
He passed away.
Lane. He took
long term.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the Juice Master?
That was that man. That was that dude.
That was him.
Oh my gosh.
Jack LaLanne. Didn't he had that one piece jumpsuit with the little belt built in?
Ooh, Sunshine.
I'm saying, isn't that how his thing looked?
Yes.
He used to sit there.
And he would always walk around like this, and you know.
He was always fit though. He was
but you couldn't tell him. You couldn't tell him he was a strong old something boy. You couldn't tell him.
What did he lift stuff to show his weight and I mean his strength and stuff?
Show how strong he was and all of that stuff. He was selling it to the max.
Right. I'm not saying that like again your good centrifugal force, you can use them. I'm not saying that don't ever get them. But when you ready to like step it up,
you want to turn it up a notch.
Yeah.
I heard you gotta pay when you go out to good stuff.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to go all the way to South Carolina to juice it. Atal's house because she got a $600 juicer, y'all.
I did.
Shoot. Eyes closer.
I'm in love.
Go ahead, Sunshine.
Yeah,
man,
I'm learning. Folks is trying to tell me, oh yeah, you must be from up north because we don't say Lancaster, we say Lancaster. I said, well, it don't. Where do you see Lancaster? I don't see a LINK anywhere in there.
Wow.
They just say it quick.
Yeah, but because I was like, where Lancaster? They was like, no, it's Lancaster. I'm like, okay.
So check this out, guys. We are out of time. Thank you so much, Atal, for coming in today and talking to us about immunity boosting foods.
Thank you for having me.
With that gleaming skin of yours, just beaming all in the camera.
Thank you.
Want to be like you when I grow up.
Oh,
right. Right. Thank you to Martin and Veet and Sunshine for coming in with us. Next week is a very special time. I want people to know that we're going to have, what's his name? I don't want to mispronounce it, Troy.
My man Yamasani will be in a part of the panel.
Yes. Oh wait. Sorry.
Yes.
I'm talking about next week.
He will be on our panel next week. Our subject will be wants and needs for middle-aged men in relationships. Please tune in. We will start our little series on relationships. We're gonna go back to back to back with guests.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be real fun.
We need Twinkies and popcorn.
Listen, and we're gonna definitely try to keep it in the confines of the time frame,
Right?
Because we want to meet our commitments. We love expounding on all the points. This is what I mean, guys. This is really what I mean about why middle-aged folk need to get down and sit down and talk about things that matter, because you're relating to one another and you're getting information from one another. Right. And most of all, we're having fun.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
And joy and pleasure is the key to youth.
There it is.
We see. I'm Sharita C.W. Dela Cruz, and thanks to everyone on the MiddlePage Podcast for making it happen. Tune in next week and definitely subscribe to us. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend.
I'm subscribed. I'm subscribed.
About Blast Music 24/7.
There you go. Like and subscribe.
Yes,
that's right. Thank y'all. Have a good night. Say good night, everyone.
Peace, 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 peace.